What's going on? It's your boy Reggie Arze, back with another Behind the Music. And this one we talking about Made the Work off my first album, my comeback album in 2020. My album is called If I Should Die, and this song is number 2 on the album called Made the Work. Um, my grandmother Annie Marie Pompey, I used to call her my mom. God rest her soul, man. I wear her on my chain, and on her casket it was engraved like she was laying there, and then on the inside of her casket it said, "May the work that I've done speak for me." And I thought that was so profound. And again, this is back in Virginia when my family got sent home because of COVID from the job, and we were living in a hotel for 5 months. And I was outside of the hotel, and I was running around the block. I was doing a couple miles, and I don't think I had any music playing. And I just started rapping. I was like, "May the work that I done speak for me." And a lot of times when I'm exercising or when I'm doing my cardio, I actually like write some of my songs or come up with some of the concepts. And it was just kind of emotional. I was thinking about just again just coming back into the music, and really trying to give it my all. And when I think about may the work that I done speak for me, I think about the legacy of just the legacy that you leave in this life based on the work that you do is really going to be what you're remembered by. And so it's almost like saying my resume speaks for itself, but the work is more than just a job. It's more than just, you know, going to work every day and on a 9 to 5. The work is spiritual. The work is it's with your family. The work is the time that you put in, the energy that you put in into the people that you love and that you care about. And my grandmother just exuded that. And so when I saw that written on her casket, it was just so prolific and profound, and it deeply impacted me. And so when I was like, "May the work that I done speak for me, may the work that I done speak for me," and then I did because I was running, and so I was thinking about the military cadence or the Jody when they run and be like, "Hard work, hard work." I don't know, I'm clapping wrong. But so I mixed the two and was like, "May the work that I done speak for me, hard work, 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 hard work, work." And it just got that bounce to it. And so, I listen to this song often. It's a song in there, a part in there where I talk about, my line brother Ray. And I talked to my grandmother. I said he came to visit you at your funeral because he was, one of the only person that really came there for me. And he drove from Maryland up to Philly to be there, and to pay his respects and to support me. And my grandmother lost her life at the end of the fight with breast cancer. And she had beat breast cancer back in 2006. And then she came back. The cancer came back with a vengeance in 2000, the end of 2014. And she got diagnosed with being having terminal stage 4 breast cancer. The doctor gave her only a few months to live. And, so with that, when she only had a few months to live, she ended up living for an entire year. And, it's crazy because just that whole situation was like, I was dating my girlfriend, who was at the time, which is now my wife, and I was working at that time. I had already graduated college, and what I ended up doing was going up to visit her every single month, sometimes twice a month. I would drive up from where I was, and all the way into Philly, and we would take her. I would take her out on dates, and with my girlfriend, and she wouldn't have to worry about a thing. We would take her out to the movies. We would take her out. Just go walk around the city. We would go eat at her favorite restaurant, which was like the little Japanese all you can eat Chinese buffet. And she would go to the hibachi grill and get like the shrimp and stuff, and we would all look at the fortune cookies and stuff that we got. It just was. It was a good time. Like, I invested all of the time that I could spare to be with her. But except for this one time, and this is a life lesson, that I want to share. That it's a life lesson that it was a hard one to learn. And I was working a job. I had two jobs at the time because I was. I was trying to pay for the engagement ring and all of that stuff. So what ended up happening was what happened was I was working a job, and my grandmother had her last birthday party, that my dad threw. We didn't know it was going to be her last birthday party. Obviously, there was definitely her being terminally sick with cancer. It's a strong possibility. And I couldn't go. My job gave me an ultimatum. They said, because I was kind of the rookie on the job I was doing. It was some blue collar work. And it was a weekend, and they told me that I couldn't have the weekend off. And they said, if you take the day off, then if you take this day off, then you will. Obviously, I work weekends on this job, and they said if you take this time off, then you're not gonna have a job when you come back. You're gonna be fired. And so I stayed on the job, and then my girlfriend. She went up to the party for me and represented, and the family embraced her and stuff. And that was one of the moments where I was like, I knew I was going to marry this woman. But the lesson I learned from that is like, you can get another job. I don't even work there no more. But I let them tell me what I could do and could not do, and ended up missing my grandmother's last birthday party. And that's something that I don't have many regrets in this life, but that's one of the major things that I regret. And, as, an adult now in my, early 30s, that's one of the lessons that, I wish I would have just said, forget it, man, and just went, because I don't have that moment, that memory with her. I have so many others, but when it's at the end, I felt like I could have been there, even though I was there as much as I could be, given the circumstances. So that's just one of the things, man, that I want to say. Like, make sure that the people that's in your life right now, the ones that you really truly cherish and you love and you care about, make sure you show up for them, no matter what the consequences are. Sometimes, I feel like God has a way of working things out. And that's one of those things where it say, may the work that I done speak for me. So that's one of the things where I learned a lesson, tough lesson. And I was able to see her again. She came to my house for Christmas, which, that was like, as a young man, it was like hosting your family over at your spot for Christmas, Christmas dinner. That was kind of big time for me. And so to see when I seen her, you know, in the last month of her life, and then after not seeing her for 30 days and then seeing her in the end, it was like the cancer had just taken over, and you could see she was physically just tired, and but she was happy. She was in great spirits, and I miss her. I miss her so much, So my mom, if you're listening up in heaven, I wrote this song for you, and about you, and I just want to say that I love you, and the work that you did while you was here on this earth, it definitely speaks for you, and it's continuing to speak for you, and your legacy carries on, through me, my children, and my wife. So, anyways, man, let me get off this thing. Love y'all so much, man. This is a story behind the music. May the work that I done speak for me off the album. If I Should Die. Peace.